So the first step is to create a Theta wallet. If you already have a Theta wallet, you can skip this step. But if you don't, here's the steps on how to do it. So again, let's go to thetatoken.org. And at the top, there's a link called Wallet. Click on that. And that'll take us to wallet.thetatoken.org. And we want to go to the bottom and click on Create Wallet. And that'll create a new wallet for us. And so under Create New Wallet, it'll ask us to create a key store and set a new password for it. Now you want to set a password that is reasonably secure. So my recommendations are that a password should be at least 8 characters or more long. It should not contain any dictionary words. It should contain at least 1 capitalized letter, 1 small letter, 1 digit or number, and at least 1 kind of punctuation symbol, like a comma or exclamation mark or a bracket or something like that. So once you've set your password, check the box that says, I understand that Theta cannot recover or reset my password or the key store file. I will make a backup of the key store file / password, keep them secret, complete all wallet creation steps. So as long as you check that, you can click Download Key Store. So this key store file will show up, and I recommend you save it somewhere obviously that you're going to remember. So I'm going to create a folder called Theta, and I'm going to label this as, you should label it as something that you recognize, but I'm just going to say CryptoBen Key Store. So I recognize what it is and save it. Now the next step in creating a Theta wallet is it's going to give you 12 words which allow you to recover your wallet, and it's called a mnemonic phrase. And it says, warning, we are about to show your mnemonic phrase. Please ensure no one can see your screen before you continue. So what this does is if you lose your private key or you forget your password or for whatever reason you can't access your wallet, you can enter these 12 words and recover your wallet. So on one hand, it's really good because it's a way that you can recover your wallet, but at the same time, you need to keep these 12 words ultra secure. So you can click continue here, and it says back up the text below on paper and keep it somewhere secret and safe. It will not be shown again. So you need to write these down in order. So from left to right, dentist here is the first word, lemon is the second word, inflict is the third word, fourth word, fifth word, and so on, all the way until the 12th word, which is tobacco. So from left to right, top to bottom, that's the order these words go in. And the order does make a difference, so you need to keep it in the right order as well. Now, a couple of things to note about this mnemonic phrase. You don't want to store it in a digital format. You don't want to take a photo of it because that's also a digital format. So if someone was to hack your phone or your computer, they could pull up this digital file and access these 12 words, which you don't want. So what you do want is you want to write this down on a physical sheet of paper in the order that you see it. So you can also view your private key here. This is the private key that should never be shared with anyone, because if someone gets a hold of this private key, they will be able to access all the tokens in your wallet. All the Theta tokens, TFuel tokens, anything you have, they now have full access to, and they can move it off of your wallet into their own wallet, and you would lose it all. So this is another thing that you could write down on that physical sheet of paper. Again, don't keep a digital copy of it, or if you do, you need to keep that digital copy very, very secure, meaning don't have it sitting on your hard drive. It's better to have it stored encrypted somewhere, or possibly on like a separate USB key that's not actually connected directly to your computer. So once you've written all these words down and your private key recorded, you just click continue to open up your wallet. So it says you're ready. You are now ready to use your new Theta wallet, and you click unlock wallet. Now this is the login page that you would normally see when you first load this Theta wallet. And there's several options here. In our case, we'll use the key store, and that's the file that we had saved. It'll let us download right at the beginning. Let's load our key store file. So what we do is we just click on choose key store file and go to the folder where you stored that key store file that you saved earlier. Choose it, choose open, and enter the password that you had created and click unlock wallet. And there you go, you created your wallet. Leave this window open as we'll come back to this step shortly. Now the second step is to download and install the Theta Edge Node software. So on thetatoken.org, right at the front of the page, you can see this button that says Join Today. If you click on it, it goes further down into the page. And you can see you can download either the Theta Guardian node or the Theta Edge node. So for our purposes, we want to download the Theta Edge node. And as you can see, it can only run right now on either Windows or Mac OS. So download the appropriate version for your system. I'm using a Mac, so I'm just going to download Mac OS. So once it's downloaded, you just double click to install it. And on a Mac, you would just drag it into your applications folder. On a PC, you would just go through all the steps until you finish installing it. Once it's installed, you would double click on the app to run it. And you'll see this screen and it says, Start earning TFuel. Which address do you want your TFuel earnings sent to? And so it's asking for your wallet address. So we want to go back to the previous step, which was where our Theta wallet is located. And you want to click on this Receive button. And we want to copy this public address, which is the address to our wallet. So we press copy, and it will say your address has been copied. Then we go back to the Edge node, and we paste that in. So Command V to paste it, or Control V on Windows. And once that's pasted in, you just click Save. So you can see here, we have pending earnings, which right now there's 0 TFuel earned. The earnings wallet is what we just pasted in. So this is the public address of your wallet that we just created. And that's where all the TFuel earnings will be paid out to. And right now it's waiting on either Edge Cache or Edge Compute jobs. And so as you can see, this Edge Compute job is just starting, or it's loading up. And the job that it's doing is folding at home. And if you don't know what folding at home is, you can just do a Google search on that to look it up. But you can see that this is just starting now. It seems to be flickering a bit, but it'll start using the computer resources. And so your computer is running and doing some compute processing for the Theta Edge node. And that's pretty much it. You've got your Theta Edge node set up. It's now using your idle or unused bandwidth and computer resources to do video streaming as well as some computational processing. And it will only be used whenever you're not using your computer or there's some idle time. If you have this running in the background and say you're using your computer for whatever reason, watching a video or working on some work, that will take priority over this Theta Edge node. So it'll only use the bandwidth and the resources that you're not using at the time. A couple of things that you can do just as a tweak is up at the top menu bar and under Edge Compute, there's this thing called Power Mode. And if you choose Power Mode, there's 3 different settings. There's Light, Medium, and Full. So Light just means that it's really being gentle on your system. It's not running your CPU really hard at full speed all the time. But it also means that you earn less TFuel. You can change it to medium or full, and if you change it to full, it just says, here is a pop-up. It says, are you sure you want to update your Edge Compute Power mode? Higher CPU, GPU usage will occur with higher tiers. So I can choose update and restart. And what will happen is this should shut down and then restart momentarily. There we go. So it just restarted. And right now it's on full power mode. So that means it's going to start using any idle process. But that idle process, it's going to be running my CPU or GPU at full speed and full process. So my fan will start to turn on and your computer might start getting really hot. So you have to consider, how much the balance between how much TFuel you want to earn versus how much CPU and GPU power you want your computer to be running. So some of the trade-offs is that it does use more electricity just because the fans are running and everything's drawing full power off of your computer. It may also use more internet bandwidth, so that's another consideration. All right, so the fourth and additional step is to stake your TFuel. Like I said earlier, if you have a minimum of 10,000 TFuel, you can stake it and then earn more TFuel by staking it. And so you would do that by going down to the left-hand side here and click Stake TFuel. Now keep in mind, this is a pre-Elite Edge node, which means it's in beta testing, and also you won't be earning as much TFuel as you would be when it's out of beta testing when Mainnet 3 launches. So the pre in pre-Elite means it's beta testing. So it says here, join the pre-launch program today to earn TFuel. Become a pre-elite edge node. Simulate TFuel staking to earn TFuel. Note, every 10 minutes your balance will be snapshot. Your actual reward will also depend on your uptime. So that's just a reminder that you need to have your computer on in order to be earning this TFuel. And as you can see below, this is staking from. It's saying where it's taking the TFuel from. And so here's your address. And right now it knows that this wallet has no TFuel available. And it says here you need a minimum of 10,000 and you can stake a maximum of 500,000. So that's kind of the range that you have to be in. If you have less than 10,000, you will not be able to stake your TFuel and run a pre-elite edge node. So if I go back to my wallet here, this is just a dummy wallet. I actually don't have any TFuel in this wallet. But if you have TFuel, it'll show up on this left-hand side here, and it'll tell you how many TFuel you have in this wallet. In order to put TFuel into this wallet, you need to click on Receive again, copy this address, and then you need to go to your exchange, whether that's Coinbase or Kraken or Gemini or Binance or any other exchange that contains your TFuel tokens. And you need to then send your TFuel tokens off of that exchange to this address. So you would copy and paste this address on the exchange so that the exchange can send it into this wallet. Once you've sent it off the exchange to this wallet, you'll see it show up here on the left-hand side, and it'll actually tell you how much TFuel you have in this wallet. On this transaction side, you'll also see a transaction of how much TFuel you received and from where. Now, just as an aside, if you have no TFuel and you find that you actually need to make a transaction, but you have no way of paying for it because you have 0 TFuel, you can actually go to the Receive button here and note that this only works with the desktop version of this wallet. If you're using a mobile device, you will not see this function. It has to be a desktop browser in order to have this feature. But under the Receive button, down here you can see this button called Faucet, and it says receive a small amount of TFuel on mainnet. And so if you click on this button, again, it's got to be the desktop browser version, not the mobile app. You'll actually receive a small amount of TFuel, which is more than enough to make many transactions on the Theta network. And they give this to you for free if you have no TFuel in your wallet. So once you have TFuel in your wallet, you'll see the balance of your TFuel show up right here where it says TFuel available. And then you can stake up to the maximum, whatever that amount is. So if you have 10,000, you can stake the 10,000 as the minimum to stake. But let's say you have 100,000 TFuel, you can actually stake just 10,000 of it, or 20,000, or 50,000, all the way up to 100,000. And you can obviously click on maximum. I don't have any in here right now, but you can click maximum and it'll actually put in the maximum amount of TFuel if you want. So once you have the amount that you want to stake here, you would just click Stake TFuel. And down below on this left column where it says Stake TFuel, you'll see the status of your TFuel, the number of TFuel that you have staked, as well as the earnings that you'll be earning from that. And that's it. You've basically set up your edge node. You've also set up a pre-elite edge node, which will then eventually turn into an elite edge node without the pre after mainnet 3 launches. And you'll be earning TFuel both from cache compute, which is just using your computer resources without needing any kind of tokens whatsoever, and also potentially staking your TFuel in order to earn more TFuel. Now, just a reminder, in order for this to continue to earn, you do need to have your computer continually running and on, connected to the internet, so that the Theta network can see that you're staking TFuel, as well as accessing your idle computer resources for the cache compute portion of this. Another important note is that anytime you restart your computer or you load up your computer for the first time, you have to remember to load up this software. If this software isn't running, then the cache compute is not running and it's not using your idle bandwidth or resources, and it's not staking your TFuel. So you have to have this software running in order to earn more TFuel. It's also important to note here, it says here, earnings are updated every 10 minutes. Payouts are batched and sent the first week of the month. So you'll see your TFuel being earned here, but in your wallet, you won't actually see any TFuel being added until the first week of the month. And so it only happens once a month where you'll actually see that TFuel get paid out into your wallet. And there will be a transaction here with that TFuel amount, and your balance obviously will go up here. So that's it. That's all you need to do to set up an edge node as well as a pre-elite edge node to earn more TFuel. If you have any other questions about this, enter it in the comments below. And again, if you found this video informative and helpful, please like and subscribe. And thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.